Hello again, folks. It's been about a year and a half since I've completed my last Maytag restoration, so I thought it was time to take on another project. So this time I'm going to undertake restoring a 1938 Model 32. And the 32 is a very interesting machine in that it's a transition between the Model 30, this one here, which is my latest restoration. It's actually a 30WP because it has the pump attached to the front of the motor. So it was a transition between the Model 30 and then the later Model E, which became known as the E2L. And that was in production essentially until the end of production in 1983. So the Model E was the quintessential Maytag Wringer washer, the white square porcelain tub that so many people remember. So this Model 32 was a transition in a couple of design changes. Most notably is the Wringer post. So it became an integral unit, all one piece, with a round indexing disc, because the Wringer head for the gears, the gearbox, became round in shape. And another difference was that the post, or the shaft, projected downward from the Wringer head, as opposed to the Model 30, I'll show you over here, which was a square box, and then a lower shroud encased the shaft that actually extended upwards from the post. So quite a difference in design. And that rounded design here morphed then into almost an identical unit on the Model E. Another slight variance is in the lid. And if you'll notice here, the lid has the handle at the front, which is actually larger and easier to use than the Model E, which just had this little tab, which was, a little bit tricky, certainly not very large to maneuver the lid. This machine is in pretty bad cosmetic shape, but from what I can tell, pretty good mechanical shape. So you can see the original decal on the front there, faded but visible. Same as on the front, on the top, on the lid. You can see the decal as well. So I'll just lift this lid off and actually unattach the bolts on it. And you can see of course, the original shiny aluminum underneath those brackets. So that's of course what I'll endeavor to achieve in the restoration. The tub itself is in fantastic shape. As you can see, there's no pitting in the aluminum. It's smooth. A little small insignificant amount of corrosion around the center assembly, but that'll come off with SOS pads or some sandpaper. Let's see what else. The agitator was in really nice shape, except for some damage to the top, where I think they may have dropped it at one time. So the hole on the bottom is actually supposed to be there. It's a vent hole. The hole on the top with that crack is not supposed to be there. So I'll plug that with maybe some JB Weld steel stick and seal that off. But other than that, the agitator's in great shape. The hose is in such good shape it makes me think that it's a replacement. It's original equipment, but the rubber is in such good condition, I'm thinking it probably isn't the original 1938. The rollers in the Wringer, the bottom one is dirty but in excellent shape, no rot. The top one, a little bit of a challenge, but I think I can rescue it. It's got a big flat spot that I'll correct with some gasket maker, some silicone, and repair that. Oh, another interesting thing about the transition of this machine in design. This is the first model that has a safety pressure release bar. So unlike the original, which I'll show you over here on the Model 30, which is just a solid bar that you'd have to lift off to disengage the pressure, the Model 32 had this pressure release bar that then became sort of the standard for the industry. The last thing I'll show you will be the... Oh, there's a... Before I go on to the motor, here's a neat shot of the patent label, still visible. And then the motor is an upgraded motor from that was on the Model 30. It's got vents for cooling, which the Model 30 didn't have at least as many as that. There's the original label, and it's still got the original cord, which is amazingly in good shape. Here, let me just get down here. We'll plug it in and you can hear it. Sorry for this wiggle. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a little awkward to say the least. So there she goes. Don't know what's going on with the camera. It's expanding, which I don't want it to do. Sorry about that. In any event, you can hear just how quiet it is. So that's it for now. I'll keep you updated on the restoration. Thanks for watching.